Hello and welcome to the Car Ride Convos Podcast. This is podcast number 5, the only podcast where there's a slight chance that your hosts could die in a fiery car accident.
Whoa.
It could happen.
That is not what I was expecting.
It could happen. I'm Ryan.
I'm Kristen, for now, I guess.
You never know. It could happen. Name one podcast where that could happen. Exactly. See?
That really put a sour note on today. I'm just really upset about it now.
I know.
I don't think we should finish.
Well, you don't think we should finish?
No.
Well, we got a lot going on today. Got to get some wine glasses.
Yes.
And some decorations.
Yes.
And hopefully some food eventually. I'm getting kind of hungry.
Yeah, totally.
It wouldn't be the Car Ride Convos podcast if we
didn't get food.
Yeah.
And
yes.
if we didn't drive a ridiculous amount of time to get that food.
I know.
You know?
Because I'm kind of hungry now, but you know I'm going to be hungry eventually.
Yeah.
It's just going to be, I don't know, by the time the time is lapsed. Oops, sunglasses got to go on. This is just not going to work like this, guys. I'm sorry.
I'm okay right now. Do we have to match? Is that a thing?
No, we don't have to match.
Okay.
I'm driving. I need to be the
Thank
most.
God.
Remember, I have to prevent a fiery car accident.
That's right. I forgot. Your job is so important.
It is.
So what's going on? What are we talking about today?
Well, we got trivia going on today. We're doing that. It's the 5th episode.
Can you believe we're already at 5? Like, I feel like that's a very small milestone, but I'm just excited about it. 5.
I know, me too. 5 is a good number.
We're sort of getting some of the kinks out, sort of not. Every single podcast
there is an issue.
But we'll get there.
When you're juggling this much technology at once, I mean, how is it not this difficult? We're not professionals.
Right. Well, that's part of the problem too, is that we're juggling all this stuff, and we also don't know how to juggle.
Yeah,
So.
exactly. And we're amateurs, so that's just I'm down with it. I'm cool. There's going to be a problem every podcast. Whatever.
It's great.
Yeah,
I've accepted it.
Yeah.
It is what it is,
Yeah, I don't know. But what is going on? I mean, there is so much going on in the world right now, but just not going to talk about it.
Yeah, we're going to keep it light.
Yeah, that's just how we roll. I'm not all about that life,
We would like this to be a positive space.
Yeah, until you actually care about our opinions. Until
that
then.
too.
Until
but for
then.
now, it's going to be light and positive and just a getaway from listening to the news and just the chaos of your lives.
Actually, the news isn't even that bad. It's social media. That's where it's at. And
yeah.
But speaking of, this is a really good segue.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited.
Can we talk about how Facebook couples, and I don't remember if we've talked about this before. I feel like we've talked about this before on
maybe
podcast. I don't know. Because I remember even referencing a Gus Johnson video, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Did we talk about this?
Well, if we did, I'll just cut it out.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
It'll be 1. I'll cut it out of one or the other, and it's fine.
Yeah, because I feel like even if we did talk about it, we really didn't go that far in.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Let's talk about how.
Let's talk about it.
That's another copyrighted catchphrase, probably.
I don't know.
It's gotta be.
Let's talk about it?
Yeah. Isn't that my mythical mark? My mythical something?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
No?
Anyway.
Whatever. That's irrelevant. That is irrelevant.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, let's talk about couples on social media who post really crazy, very cutesy pictures, but secretly deep down, things are in trouble. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. I think
we all know them.
They're out there. We all know them. Probably more than 1 or 2 couples. I at least know a few.
Oh, I know a few as well.
Why is that? I guess that's just another aspect of the weird, lives that we all live with social media being involved nowadays, is that that's a thing. That part of your life could be spent making up this other life that you present present to other people. Like, what a weird concept. That you can almost be, to some degree, like, you decide what type of celebrity you are. You know, in a sense, like, you know what I mean?
Well, social media is kind of about writing your own narrative, kind of.
Yeah.
That's, like, the weird thing. Like, I hang out with people all the time who are not like their social media personas. Because, I mean, I really am a firm believer in the fact that your social media person is a persona. Like...
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
Like, on social media, I find that I will be the one person that will say things to people and say it in a very matter-of-fact way. They're like, no, you're stupid, you're wrong. Like, there are just certain ways. But me privately...
You're just a jerk.
100%. 100% jerk.
Got it.
100% jerk. And I've accepted that because I kind of like that persona where I can kind of really stick it to the man and just be like, no, you're not being smart about this. But me privately, so many times I get in debates where I'm just like, honestly, it's completely okay to be, different. Like, we have different opinions, and...
But it's easier to be offensive when you're not directly speaking to someone. I mean, I wouldn't say those things. You know what I mean? Like, you try to be respectful, I think, for the most part, of others when you're in a immediate conversation with them, because that's the nice thing to do. That's what you should do as a human, is be respectful.
Yes.
But I think this whole social media, online world is very much detached from all of that, so you can just say whatever you want.
Yep.
And it just, you can have this persona, like this alter ego of maybe some very true things about yourself, but you don't bring them to light in your normal life because it's inappropriate.
And that's where Twitter's really bad, is there is a bunch of jerks on Twitter. Like, everybody, like...
I think we've talked about that already.
Did I already talk about that already?
You're old. I think you're dementia or something.
No, I tell a lot of the same stories over and over again, That's I don't know, that's pretty normal, I guess. It's like it's a family trait, Yeah. It is what it is. But yeah, man, couples, man, like, they are writing their own narrative, and I mean, good for them, because at least it gives them something to look forward to in their relationship because of how bad things are going personally, and that's really all they have. But
I guess I don't understand, like, why is that your stance? Is it easier to make up this persona and make your life seem happy when, in fact, you're not, instead of just changing your actual life and striving for actual happiness? Is that why people...
Yeah, definitely easier.
That?
Yes, definitely easier.
Sad.
I mean, think about the alternative. You actually have to go to counseling or put in work with your relationship or take more time off of work to be with your loved ones, or in certain scenarios, get a divorce. It's like, it's just one of those situations where it is literally easier to just make it up. And you make up this, like, fairy tale life, and, I don't know. I feel like by saying this, I'm going to get a lot of couples kind of, like, jabbing at me a little bit, thinking that I'm talking about them, when I'm probably not, like, at all. But, I don't know. I don't know.
Let's keep them guessing. Let's make it interesting.
It's all of them,
Assume
man.
that it's you. No,
it's all of them.
It's all of you. It's all of you people. No, I'm totally
Because
kidding.
I think another thing that I brought up last time that we were talking about was, I think I said something that I've even, we talked about, where we don't post a whole lot of stuff, and it's not because of that, it's just we're too busy living lives with each other and stuff. And so what ends up happening is you get a lot of weird people, and they're like, are things okay? Like,
because we do talk about that too.
How are things going? Is like,
and just how the whole traveling, like, traveling for work has, like, brought up some weird conversations with people.
It's just weird.
Yeah,
I think I've come to the realization that we have talked about this, and maybe I just, like, it's fine. We can keep it in here. I'm not going to get into too much detail. I just can't get over that. Like, it's a fascinating phenomenon, right?
It is, and it's just oh, sorry, that was really loud, probably. I feel like it's just everywhere. Like, it's just sad that it's not like, few and far between, like, it used to be a thing and now it's kind of died out. It's just like, no, like, with social media has brought on these, like, fake relationships and this fake happiness, or even just, like, fake senses of accomplishment, because I feel like or importance. I don't know, like the people who only post like, oh my god, like I got accepted to X, Y, and Z school, or oh my god, like I got this award or whatever. And like if that's all you're posting, people are like, oh my god, like her life is so great. Like she has such an exciting life. Or all the vacations you go on, which are maybe only once every year or every 6 months, but if that's all you're posting, it seems like, wow, she has such an exciting life. She's always here and she's always there. When the rest of your life in between is probably you telling Netflix every 10 minutes that you're still watching.
I love how in this scenario it's overtly female. She.
No, I know. I know males that do that too, but I mean, I just have more female friends than male friends in general, I think now, just because that's how it is. So the majority of the people that I know are female, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's a lot of we're living in this crazy age where I'm really debating whether it was a giant mistake to create social media. Like
it's a dangerous thing.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like even I think Facebook has even admitted that using Facebook a lot causes psychological issues. And I don't doubt that whatsoever. And it's funny because I think even in that same article they said like, but using it a lot can help improve your, like something dumb where they like reverted back off of their statement or something that I was just like, this is silly.
Well, because I mean, if you think about it, like there are so many people that I'm friends with on Facebook that I haven't talked to in years.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Before social media, I would have probably never talked to them or hear from them again. But with all these people still being in my life, and if everybody's trying to create this like awesome persona, like my life is awesome, you read all these things and all these accomplishments or these like perfect lives that people have one after another on Facebook, because that's all that people seem to want to post. You sit there like, oh my gosh, what am I doing with my life? Like I'm not. And these are people that you wouldn't even hear of or think about like ever, and you could just be focused on your plan and like what you're accomplishing and just be more self-motivated and excited for like your accomplishments, or at least just your immediate circle, when now it's like you're bogged down by like 400 to 1,000-ish people on Facebook that are trying to make you feel bad about yourself, because that's what people are trying to do. I mean, let's be serious.
And I think that I'm even a little bit of a conspiracy theorist in the sense where, or not, because the fact that I do know the back end of some software, but the algorithm on Facebook, there is something so fishy about it that I don't understand. There are posts that I miss constantly, but there is like a certain group of people that I will always see in my feed, and I'm 90% sure the way I feel, just my demeanor of those people that I see, it all has to do with the confrontationality of their posts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. Like, it's either the people in my echo chamber, in my personal echo chamber, that I really try to distance myself from, because there's like a group of like 10 people that kind of like enclose around me, and it's just like this echo chamber of, you know, the same ideology and like all these things, and it's like I don't really want that, because of the fact that I want my ideas to improve. I don't want them to kind of stagnate based on like personal agenda. You know what I'm saying? Like I want an introduction to new ideas and new possibilities and stuff like that. And I can't get that from those group of people. And then the other 15 people that I have are just all confrontational. Like they post there are a lot of people who post things on news feeds. Like on like actual news feeds of stuff. Those are a lot of the, if you're of my friends and you're posting stuff on news feeds, and I know like 8 or 9 people who are like this, you're on my news feed constantly. What you like, what you're commenting on, you know, all sorts of stuff. Yeah. It's really weird, and I'm like, I mean, those don't get me riled up, because I think those people are just speaking into the void. Whether it's like your local news or like some huge news story, and I'm just like, you're not doing anything. It's really a waste of your energy. And honestly, I kind of think people get off on it, because I've noticed those people are turning their phrases into like, they turn it into very short text one-liners, where they like, I want to make somebody mad, boom, here's this. And yeah, it's never like a rant or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which the rant is another terrible invention of Facebook, is being able to give people a platform to grandstand.
Yes.
I think that's very dangerous. I've gone on my own, but I mean, like, you know, a lot of the stuff, I really double and triple check the stuff that I post to make sure that it's like airtight. I mean, like, I've noticed, like, the one thing I don't want people to do is I don't want people to comment on my stuff, because I've already thought 5 steps ahead. And it's not me being smart whatsoever. It's me being absolutely insane that if I'm going to post something, I need to have a rebuttal for every single situation that can be thrown at me. And normally it's a snarky, mean response, but, you know, it's whatever. But the idea of ranting and stuff about... And I remember, like, one of the first rants I ever went on was something that I had really no business talking about way, way, way back in the day. And I got caught off guard because I didn't think ahead in those situations. And I realized by the end of it that I had made this person mad and I didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah.
So ever since then, it's like anytime I go on any sort of extended rant, it's something that, like, pertains to my experience as, like, an engineer or like a student or like any stuff like that. It's really weird, but I don't think it's healthy though, because I do see a lot of people who are like that old me that I'm like, oh, you have no business talking about this. Like, this is an emotionally charged rant where it's not fact-based, it's not, you know, anything, you don't have any sort of, like, scientific, like, rebuttal or any sort of background information to actually prove your point. It's purely and totally, you know, emotional, which I think is not great, because you have a lot of people that are latching onto those ideas where those people don't have any business talking about them. It's just really weird.
Well, and they think that they can post things without consequences, which
100%.
it just, I don't know.
Well, the funny thing is like, people are like, oh yeah, employers, I hate that old wives' tale. Employers, they read your profile and stuff, and it's like, they couldn't read my profile if they tried. Like, they'd have to be my friend. They'd have to. There's like certain ways. I know how the Facebook security works, and I have it all set up, you know, that way.
Okay, sorry.
To where it would be fine, you know. So I don't. That's definitely an old wives' tale that I really think people need to stop saying. But it's, you know, it's old timers. It's those same people.
I think that's true though. I think for some jobs, like, they do look at your
like
social media handles and stuff.
But they request your actual. They request your, like, they would request, like, what's my username and password for Facebook to go see. Like, that's how they do it. Oh, because that's what they'd have to see. That's what they have to do, and or be my friend on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Because I have security parameters around, like, the stuff that I do. So
yeah, I see what you're saying.
Not that I have anything that I'm really, you know, willing to hide. A lot of really embarrassing stuff from the olden days where, I mean, that's another thing that's just the worst about social media.
As I grew up on Facebook?
Because I kind of did, like, I was like 14 or 15 or 16 or something like that when I had my first Facebook account. Yeah. And so I get things of, like, you posted this 8-9 years ago, and I look at it, I'm like, oh my.
I was an idiot.
Wow. You do know there's a difference between there, and there, right? Like, it's so weird. But mostly, like, my cringe is, like, either I'm trying to be weird and, like, random and, like, say things that people don't know what I'm talking about, or, like, it's grammar, or it's, like, it's always, it's something, I don't know, it's always something weird that I'm like, why did I exist as a human? Like, why did they let me?
Even so many of our messages back and forth to one another are so cringy.
Not great.
I mean, I kind of find that hilarious that we have that, like, just stamped in time. Yeah. But
I own that stuff. I mean, like, I'm cool with it, but it's just, like, it wasn't super great.
It's weird that you have that now. Like, that we have, you really can watch yourself grow up on Facebook. You have pictures there. You have conversations that are there, like, forever. Yeah. It's just weird.
The main experiment that's going to be going on is, you know, what we talked about before is the tablet and the cell phone generation of the kids who literally grow up and that's their toy.
Yeah.
How's that gonna turn out? Like, I mean, I'm not gonna say stuff and, like, be like, oh yeah, this automatically makes you a terrible parent and your kids are going to be ruined. I have no idea, but it is very interesting. It's very interesting how that might turn out.
Well, I kind of feel like the whole concept of, like, us growing up, for example, like, my parents used to tell us, like, oh, you know, when you're older, like, we'll talk about this, or when you're older, like, you'll learn about this, or, you know, we'll have this conversation or whatever. Whereas nowadays, like, information is just so readily available to anybody, especially if you have something connected to Wi-Fi, which pretty much is every tablet, phone, whatever, that it's like, I feel like to some degree these kids are growing up way too soon, and it's so hard if you're not extremely careful to at least try to shelter your kids a little bit to not grow up too fast.
I guess I'm not a person that believes in sheltering though, but it is sad that that innocence is really lacking.
But I'm saying sheltering in a normal degree. Like, would you want, you know, your 5-year-old like being able to watch videos of, you know, graphic content that happens?
Yes, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
Just kidding.
Remind me to never procreate with you.
Okay. Well, that's in the process of happening.
Anyway, you know what I mean, though. Like,
no, I 100%
you know, I think kids can only handle so much, and you know, I think parents, you try to like filter in just a reasonable amount as they grow up. Like, you can handle this now, you can handle this now, you know, whatever.
Well,
give it in small chunks.
The whole idea of the screen, I don't know what it is, but actually people are getting addicted to it, and Asian countries have found this out way sooner than us. Like, screen recovery centers are huge in China and South Korea.
That's so sad.
And so that's what I'm thinking is, like, this next generation, everybody's going to see, like, oh my goodness, like, because I just saw, like, a recovery center. It was, like, kind of like a drugs and alcohol recovery center for teenagers, where you pull them out of school and you send them to this place, and, like, I think it was in Maine or something like that, and they were like, there's no internet access, there's no screens, there's, like, none of this stuff, it's, like, a perfect detox, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be more common. This is going to be more commonplace in the future. It's gotta be.
I'm sure that's sad.
Because, I mean, I'm not addicted or anything like that, but I do notice that sometimes I am, like, I'm on it, man.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you really have to, like, suck yourself back out of it, and I don't know, it's such a weird concept, like, it's just, and how bad it's gotten in a relatively short amount of time, too. Yeah. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yep, but I know. It's wild.
That it is.
It's totally wild. South Korea, Olympics are going on.
Yeah.
You enjoying those? I've watched a lot of it.
Well, there was no segue there, but
there was. We were talking about screen recovery centers. South Korea's got a lot of those. So
the Olympics,
South Korea.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. No, I feel like for the past couple Olympics, I have struggled with watching them.
Oh, Sochi, I was terrible. I don't
even remember them. Like, and I don't think I watched a ton.
We were poor, and we were in Alabama. We didn't have television. That's what happened.
Yeah, that is probably right.
Because we watched.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we watched the Sochi opening at our cousin's house, and that is about it. And we were alone too. They were gone or something like that. We were house sitting.
Yeah.
We're
weird.
Seeing to their dogs or something.
Yeah. Anyway, I just feel like, you know, they are kind of like a big monumental thing, and they only come like, you know, every 4 years. You know, the winter versus summer, whatever. But I feel like I'm struggling to watch them now in just a different reason because I'm just so old.
I beg your pardon?
And a lot of the stuff that's on live goes to like 11, 12, like even later sometimes at night, and I just can't stay up that late.
I'm going to do a classic Facebook verbal rant here. NBC, seriously, the worst coverage, and this has been years, like, it's been years it's been happening, but it's bad. Like, it's really, really bad. There was one night they were talking about curling, an event that happened the previous night, but was about to happen for me that evening. And I was like, why? Like,
right, or they tell you the results before they happen. Like, oh, look, now we're going to show it to you. It's like, why are you ruining the excitement of it by telling me what happened?
In the format of broadcast television or over-the-air television is awful. What is it, like 3.5 hours of news now? Local news at 4.
Insane.
Local news at 4:30. Local news at 5. Then it's world news at 6, and then it's local news at 6:30, and then they follow that up with like the Olympic zone, which is Olympic news.
And they're just talking
7,
about
and
everything that's happening while you're missing it watching the news.
Yes, and I'm off by an hour because it doesn't start till 8.
Yeah.
There's a whole other, maybe like regular news, like world news goes on for another hour. You know, what is going on,
I just don't remember
dude?
it being that bad. Like, I remember, like, the Olympics, like, just taking over NBC and, like, it just being on constantly until the news was on. They would do their little thing, tell you about all the horrible stuff that's happening in your local area, maybe talk about the Olympics for a little bit, and then go directly back to the coverage. Like, I remember them being on all day. Now it's like, no, there's still soap operas, there's still, you know, dumb game shows, whatever, and it doesn't start until like 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I do not know what's going on, but it's really disturbing, and I'm like, this is like ruining it for me. And then the whole idea that there's a whole nother channel, NBC Sports, that's on cable. No one in our generation, at least, I mean, I don't know, maybe there are people out there, no one I know in my generation that I talk to immediately has purchased cable. Like, I don't know that to be a thing.
Or they're in the process of getting rid of it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's such a waste of money.
It's such a waste of money. It's such a waste of money. Like, I feel like the majority of the people that I know who are into cable, who have cable, are like NBA fans, because NBA games are on like a really weird channel, like TNT or something like that, which is like, why does that channel still exist? I don't know.
What do they even show on that?
I have no idea.
Like really old movies, I feel
and like really bad television.
Yeah.
I remember the last time I watched TNT was the last time I watched not Return of the Jedi, The Empire Strikes Back. My dad had recorded it on TNT, and back when we had cable before I grew up, it was on VHS. Yeah. That was like a big deal. And I was like, wow, this is what TNT is. And it's like, ever since it wasn't Burn Notice on that. It was like originally on that. I don't know. Something crazy. I don't know. Like, I have to steer clear of the people that are like, dude, have you seen Burn Notice? It's like, oh, dude, no.
I've never seen it.
I've seen a couple episodes, and it is, I can't even describe it. It is.
I've only heard horror.
The guy from Evil Dead, the main actor, is the only saving grace for that. But like, they treat the whole entire show like that.
Wait.
What's his face? What's his name? McDonald or something? It's not Norm Macdonald. It's like.
No.
It's like
the Evil Dead?
Yeah, the guy from the Evil Dead, the guy who the main actor.
The original Evil Dead.
The main actor with the really cheesy actor guy. Yeah.
He's the main guy in Burn Notice?
No. He's one of the side characters.
Oh, I was like, I don't think.
And he plays this really weird character in it. But the rest of the show, they're like, oh yeah, you see how he acts, like his acting style. Like everybody else do that too. Yeah. Like everybody else do that and be really weird and say really cheesy lines.
Who is this? Well, that's a good question. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is.
And it's like it's endearing, like hearing it from the Evil Dead guy, because he's funny and like his acting style, like he's a weirdo. Like everybody thinks he's hilarious. I don't want to hear it from everybody else. Like that's so weird.
Mm-hmm. And I'm from the Department of.
I know.
So strange. I mean, it's not as bad as like every CSI show, but still.
There's like 7 of those things.
Yeah.
Like, why do people watch that stuff?
It's like television cancer. It's really bad.
It's like everything on like primetime network TV.
Yeah.
It's just cancer.
Like this is like CSI in like a nutshell, where like, sir, his entire body was scorched on a spit roaster, and he's like, did somebody call the rotisserie chicken man? And then like cuts to like some crazy like song.
That is pretty accurate. I was gonna give you crap about it for a second.
I was thinking about making it actually make sense, but it's like it's got to make sense. You're like the rotisserie chicken man. It's like who is that guy?
So wait, that's a thing.
Like, am I supposed to know about a rotisserie chicken man?
Or they'd say something like,
and like later on in the episode,
somebody called
Colonel Sanders, because I smell chicken. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how it goes. And like,
yeah, the first 5 minutes of those shows are the best.
Oh, I could watch all of those. Like, those are hilarious.
I could watch the intros all day long, but that's it.
Man, and CSI, dude, it's like, it is the dumbest. And like later on in the episode, they'll explain to you who the rotisserie chicken man is. Where they're like, oh yeah, like, you know, like how there used to be milkmen, right? It's like, yeah. They're like, well, now it's like that, but like with rotisserie chickens and predominantly, like, I don't know, white neighborhoods. I don't know, something. Not sure. And like, what?
Yeah.
Rotisserie chicken. Oh, okay. Well, no, that checks out. Like, checks out. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Yeah, it's so weird, and it's like that's but TNT's cancer though. I'm not really much of a NBA fan to start with, so that's kind of my problem. I played the sport not well. I had like a peak after I had left the team where I was like, oh, I'm a really good player. Too late. But and that's also subjective because I was in like an old man's league, and I was in a Y league, and then I was also playing against people at the Y. And sometimes, you know, get in the wrong group at the Y, you really start to get really full of yourself, and you don't think to kind of weigh the group and be like, are you guys legit? You guys legit? Yeah, so I don't know. That's me. That's my stance on the NBA. It's hard to watch. Watch a little bit of college. But right now, though, I'm on that Olympic stuff. Really big fan of the men's free skate. Any sort of ice skating is very cool. I like that.
Why are you making fun of it?
I'm not making fun of it at all.
Are you being serious?
I'm being 100% serious.
You sound very sarcastic. It's hard to tell right now.
Because I'm not being sarcastic. No, I really like the guy, that like superstar Japanese guy. He's really, really, really good.
Yeah.
And
that's good.
Yeah, and like Adam Rippon is really entertaining. I know that he's like, and I didn't watch all the skating, so don't be mad if I don't get this right. But I don't think he's doing super well. Like, I think he's getting like top 10 finishes, but I don't know that he's like the dude.
I think I've realized that this Olympics, like, America is not that great at winter sports.
No.
Overall.
But
like,
we are fifth or sixth in medals though currently.
Yeah, but I feel like in the Summer Olympics, like, we always dominate.
Yeah. You know, like
Is it just because of Michael Phelps though? Like, he has like.
Well, and Katie Ledecky and.
There's just so many. Like, I feel like there's so many. We had like, you know, Carrie Walsh.
Yeah.
And whoever she was with, and I totally forgot her name.
No, but, you know what I noticed about just Olympics in general? You know what we're really good at? Like, there's not really a sport besides, basketball. I mean, we murder everyone every year. Like, if we get silver, it's like a national tragedy / like, you know, like it's a huge issue if we don't get that.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I would generalize and say that we're really good at, female sports. We dominate so much of them.
Yeah.
Like, not every one. I mean, I think the women's hockey is going to play against Canada. Canada has a really good women's hockey team. But generally, I think if you were to look at our women's sports across winter and summer Olympics, summer's just for men. No, summer and winter Olympics, I think you would find a trend that we are really good at women's sports in those categories. But I think it has something to do with the fact that, like, professionally, there's not a whole lot of a whole lot of women's sports, like, professionally wise. Like, there's not, like, there's a WNBA, but it's not super popular. There's
that's the thing, is that the Winter Olympics is very specific to the Olympics.
Yes.
You know, skiing and curling I know they're all like sports, but I mean, it's summer. You have like, basketball. You have volleyball. You have swimming. You have, you know, like triathlon, that type of thing, which is all very maybe more popular than maybe some Winter Olympics. I don't know.
And the funny, here's a funny little anecdote about about the Olympics. Like what I find them like the most fascinating part is where they're just like, you're watching skeleton, and they're like, oh yeah, this person they perform so well at the World Championships or like the World Cup of Skeleton. You guys remember that, right? Talking to the audience, I'm like, oh yeah, I totally watched the World Cup of Skeleton. I saw that. I totally saw that.
Yeah.
And it's like
what channel is it on? Like NBC Sports, like 7?
I don't know. You gotta like illegally stream it from some sort of like Taiwanese back-end black market streaming service called like Taiwan Flicks or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something crazy. It's like, I love how, I don't know, like there's a couple of them, a couple of the times they do a good job and they're like, oh yeah, this is how they did in the World Championships or the World Cup. But a couple of times they're like, oh yeah, like if you think back to when this happened, and it's like, no, I have no idea.
Didn't
like,
catch up, bro.
I'm depending on you to tell me how they did. Because I didn't have time the last 4 years to watch it. So sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, I find that very funny about the Olympics, where they just expect you to like know these things, and I'm like, I have no idea. I don't know what are you saying?
What are you saying?
Yeah, so I'm enjoying the Olympics though. They're fun. I like it.
I just wish it was a little easier to watch.
Yeah. NBC. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Get it together.
Yeah.
Get it together. What else are we planning on talking about?
A few moments later.
What other things are we going to talk about? I guess we didn't plan this very well.
One eternity later.
Do you want to go to that Pizza Hut Express first?
Yes, I do.
That sounds good.
What type of question is that?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
There's a Pizza Express. You go to Pizza Express.
Pizza Hut Express, I think, technically, not Pizza Express.
Oh, yeah.
If we're going to be technical about it.
Pizza Planet.
Oh, yeah. That's his Pop-Tarts, actually.
Yeah, I know.
Sid, your Pop-Tarts are ready!
All right.
Stop here on red. Do not go on red. Can you get directions to Pizza Hut Express?
Pizza Planet. Pizza Hut Express.
Mm-hmm.
Pizza Gut, that's different.
Definitely. That's a different...
Totally different.
That's a whole new thing.
This is less than 150 feet away.
Is it up there towards Mattress Firm?
It's, yeah, I think it's over there. It says it's like directly to our right. I just cannot see it.
Cool. I feel like it got really cloudy really quick.
It's like so dark.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm still wearing these like an idiot.
Yeah.
Great.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but you know.
Way to make an impression. Oh, is it inside the Target?
Oh no.
That's not the same thing. Click on it and see if it says permanently closed.
Does it do that?
Yep.
Oh. It doesn't say that.
Well, we've got a problem then, don't we?
It sounds so good right now.
I know.
My mind is going to be stuck on that, and then
I know.
I'm going to be really disappointed in anything else that
Settling for anything less would just be the worst. Except no substitutes.
We didn't pass it, like driving, right?
I don't believe so, no.
I didn't see anything. By Sleepies? Did we even pass a Sleepies?
I didn't see Sleepies. What the Bum, 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 bum.
Disappointed!
Gotta turn around now. Because we're lost. No. All I know is we're finally getting food. I'm excited.
I'm like so hungry now.
Me too. I think I'm gonna die. And Pizza Hut Express sounded really good.
And now we can't get it.
Well, Pizza Hut Express in general is like disappearing, which is really sucky. It's a really sucky time to live.
People like Pizza Hut. I really do.
Dude, I do too. I mean, it's not like, don't.
I mean,
it's pizza?
not.
Is it pizza? Debatable. I mean, really.
Yeah, but that's not the thing. That's not the thing in question. Is it good food?
Is it good?
That you
is it
want to
edible?
eat?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
It reminds me of, did you ever do like what was it called? The reading?
Yes.
What was it called? The reading club?
The reading club. Something.
No, it wasn't called the reading club.
The Pizza Hut reading club. Something.
Pizza.
You got paid pizza to read books, which was brilliant.
Pizza.
So good. Pizza book.
Pizza book.
Is it pizza book?
No.
Let us know in the comments below if it's pizza book.
My blood sugar's too low. I can't remember.
Oh no, you're dying?
Yeah.
You are?
I'm just gonna keep whining about it.
That makes sense.
Great.
Well, that took forever.
Yikes.
We will be back when we finally get food in our stomachs and don't act like zombies that are about to die. And we're back. We're back. And more to talk about. Which was good, because we hit a huge wall. A wall of
Pain.
running out of things to talk about. Oh, and that
We hit a plateau.
The AC is way too loud right now. I'm so sorry if you couldn't hear us in the intro.
You probably didn't hear any of that.
Probably
Great.
not. Well, too bad for you guys.
Sucks for you.
Sucks to be you guys.
We don't know what we're doing still.
We don't.
Sorry.
Welcome to what's going on.
Oh.
Yeah.
God.
So I was just thinking while I was eating that spicy chicken sandwich.
Yeah, what were you thinking?
I need help. I need to go to the addiction service because I am addicted to hot sauce.
Yes. Agreed.
I made a terrible mistake by purchasing said hot sauce. I don't remember which one, but something set me off. And ever since, it's just been bad. It's been really bad.
Yeah. Like, you purchased for me,
I did purchase for you, yeah.
Bought like $60 worth of hot sauce, which is
Yeah.
really good, like very like artesian hot sauce.
Yeah.
Really good. And then a little while later, you spent more money on a couple different more, and then last night I just found out that you spent another $30 on random hot sauce. And he admitted the other night that he just had a bunch of like crackers out, and he had like 4 different hot sauces he was just dumping on the crackers.
It's bad.
It's getting weird.
Getting bad.
I don't know what to do about it, but I feel like an intervention needs to happen
I agree.
soon, because it's getting weird.
I agree.
It's weird.
I totally 100% agree.
Yeah.
I need help.
I need help.
If you've dealt with this addiction before, please let me know. We're so dumb.
It got weird in Chili's. Like, we didn't even have any alcohol. We just sat there, and I watched Ryan lose his mind in front of me.
I know. It's because I was finally getting food, and I was getting my caloric intake.
Well, maybe if you'd stop eating Rice Krispie treats for breakfast, your body would function normally.
You know what the saying goes, win in Rice Krispie treats. You know?
You know the saying goes, grow up.
Nope, never. Absolutely never. You know, which brings us to kind of the bigger point that we need to talk about. There's something that's really been on my mind ever since last evening, and I really haven't been able to shake it, but we really all need to talk about it.
We're having a baby.
Ugh! No.
Okay.
Fergie singing the national anthem.
Oh! Yeah.
Not good.
You know, I'm kind of really sad about that, because I used to be such a big Fergie fan. Like, I really, really liked her. Because she was like, Fergalicious was great. Big Girls Don't Cry was like my anthem for a long time. I like just loved her. And I listened to that album like on repeat, like just forever.
Yeah.
And she has kind of been out of the spotlight for a while. And then she comes back and does whatever that was last night.
Yeah.
And it was just disappointing.
No, I feel you.
Like, just know your lane, girl. Like, know the lane that you should be in.
Mm-hmm.
And that wasn't it. Like, you have a distinct way of singing, and it's not really paired well with the national anthem.
No.
But how does she not know that?
I don't know.
How does her team not know that? Like, they really... It was a disservice.
Like her manager or like her agent or something? I know.
Shouldn't somebody...
I don't know. I heard today that she apologized for it, which I don't think I would ever
see, I wouldn't go that far.
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, you just you took an approach and it didn't pay off, and
It's not like she had like a swastika on her t-shirt.
Yeah, I know,
Like that.
I know.
You have to apologize.
I mean, let's
It
be
just
real.
wasn't well done.
The best person to ever sing the national anthem was by far Roseanne Barr. There's really no substitutes when singing the national anthem. In character and everything. Oh, it was glorious.
That takes some balls, I feel like.
But to warrant an apology,
No,
I don't know.
think
I wouldn't do that, because she said she apologized and then she said that she did her best. I mean, I just don't. It came off weird. She's like, she apologized and she's like, no, I did my best, and I'm like, that's weird. If you did your best, please don't apologize for it. Like, you didn't offend anybody, as far as I know. People just made fun of you.
We're in the age of apologies. Oh my gosh, are you trying to kill us, or what's happening right now?
Don't just drive me.
We're in the age of apologies, though. Like, everybody is apologizing for everything.
No, I agree.
So I think that was like, I mean, this is one of those instances where it's like, no, I don't think anybody really wanted an apology. It's just kind of like, you just kind of sucked.
Yeah.
And we just want you to know that.
Yeah. We live in the age of apology, but there's a few people out there in the world who do owe the world an apology, and they're the people who don't apologize. So
Yeah.
it's been a very interesting time.
Yeah.
And the people who are like giving out apologies, I'm not currently accepting apologies from them. So I don't know. I find that very, very weird. Oh my goodness, there's a Cracker Barrel out here.
Wait, what?
Maybe. Whoa! What's up?
I was just gonna say, maybe it's about that time. You think it's about that time?
For our segment?
For the segment.
The segment of the day? Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Let's do it. We're gonna, since this is the 5th episode, we're gonna do some trivia.
Trivia.
That's how we intro it. That's how it
That
works.
was great. I made that up on the spot. I don't know if you knew that or not, but I thought that was good.
Did you really?
Why do I clap so much? It is so obnoxious.
You made that up on the spot?
Shut up.
Dude, that's like
right.
ingenious.
I was going to swear at you, and then I decided not to.
We're going the wrong way anyway, so it's no big deal.
Oh my God.
Not even like...
What is happening? Do you need directions?
Yeah. And they'll be rolling up on that sweet, sweet trivia. I can't believe you made that up on your own. That's so crazy.
I hate you. I don't see you making songs up on the fly. I am good at that.
That's true.
Trivia.
Yeah. Nice. That works.
Yeah.
I think that
That's
might...
what I thought.
I'm gonna make sure to cut that into every time we do this segment, where it's like, that's what we're gonna do. It's like not gonna make sense because the camera angle's gonna be different. You're gonna be wearing a completely different outfit, but
You are the worst.
I'm a good person at heart.
Doubt it.
Yeah. So Franklin, Fergie, Franklin the turtle
sang the national anthem.
Did he? That would be cool.
Great.
I would love to see Franklin sing the national anthem. If anybody can make that video, anybody who has the expertise, I would watch that. That'd be so funny. I was thinking about a segment where we do, it's called like Not Good. Where we just
Good.
Where we just talk about things that are like overrated and like not that
cool.
good. Yeah.
I like that. Alright.
Yeah.
I just want you to turn around, basically.
Oh really? Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I just need to get onto 95 and I know where I'm going.
Good. That's...
Yeah.
Did you come up with that by yourself?
Yeah.
Can I make a song to that too?
Sure.
And just go, not good, not good.
That sounds exactly like the other one.
Yeah.
Is that the point?
Yeah.
Wow.
I have a very specific set of skills.
Yeah, seems like it.
Okay, wait. So, trivia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trivia.
That's great.
We're gonna go every other one. 4 questions total. No, 3 questions. 4 questions total. I get the bonus because she got the bonus last time if there is a tie
And I screwed
and it's a
up.
sudden death. I either gotta get it right to win. If I get it wrong, I lose. Not good.
Not good. It is not good. Okay.
All right, and our
Theme.
this week, our little category is entertainment.
Yes.
All for the sake of Fergie. Fergie brought it up. Entertainment.
That's not really. Is it really?
I don't really remember the origin.
All right. So, 3 movies are tied for the most Oscars won, which is 11 wins, between Titanic, Return of the King, and Ben-Hur. What film is the second on the list of most Oscars ever won? And I believe it was 10. Was
10?
The next one down, yeah. Okay. A, Avatar. B, Gone with the Wind. C, West Side Story. Or D, Schindler's List. I feel like this is a really good question.
It's definitely not West Side Story. I doubt West Side Story ever even got an Oscar. I mean, who would watch that?
You've never seen it.
I know. Never.
It's only a classic.
No, I think it's more of a classic play. I don't think it's actually like
It's a musical, you idiot.
plays and musicals are the same thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think Avatar ended up ever getting that many Oscars. I think they kind of gave that one a pat on the back, and they were just like, "Good job, buddy.
Nice try.
You made like a movie, and it's like 3D, I guess. I don't know."
And it's like Fern Gully.
Yeah, Fern Gully. Yeah, it's like 3D Fern Gully.
I think your thinking time is up. You need to decide. Commit.
I would put money on Schindler's List. Let's guilt people into giving Oscars out. That's a little
Is that
harsh.
your answer?
Yeah, that's my answer.
That is the wrong answer.
Is it going with the wind?
No, it was West Side Story.
What?
It won 10.
What?
Yeah.
People watch that movie? Speaking back to the last time we did trivia,
Okay.
how many spouses has Kim Kardashian had?
Why are you obsessed with her? Why is she still in your...
I just know you watch the Kardashians, so I thought that I'd throw stuff out there to help you get
You
good
don't need
scores.
to admit that to the world. It is a guilty shame that I would like
Guilty
to hide.
pleasure? That's like a guilty
No, it's
pleasure.
not a pleasure. It's a shame.
Oh, okay.
Deep, deep shame.
All right. 2,
Okay.
3,
Uh-huh.
4,
Mhm.
or 5?
I think it's 2.
2?
Because I think it was some guy and now Kanye West. I think that's it.
Okay. Final answer?
Yeah.
Wrong.
Oh, really?
3. She married someone when she was like 15 or 18 or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So we're both 0 for 1.
Okay.
So we're not doing very well.
Yes.
That's fine.
All right. Next question.
Next question.
Meryl Streep,
Yes.
love her, is the most Oscar-nominated actress of all time.
Yes.
How many times has she been nominated for Best Actress alone? Okay.
Okay.
A, 10.
Okay.
B, 17. C, 21. Or D, 13.
C21.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
That is correct.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, I think I read that somewhere.
That's insane. And these are like just strictly Best Actress. I think she was also nominated at least 4 times for supporting actress.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What was the first animated film to be nominated for Best Picture?
Shut up. That is one of my questions.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well,
It's Beauty and the Beast.
yep.
I love that movie.
I know.
And that's pretty much why I had that as a
I know,
question.
which is dumb because I purposely picked that one because I knew I'd be like, oh, well, this will be fitting for her. Like, that's
Aw.
nice.
You know me.
So what happened? We're gonna throw that one out. We're gonna throw our
Yeah.
question 2.
Yeah.
Right?
That's amazing, though.
Or question 3.
I didn't know that until I was looking stuff up for this podcast, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, how cool is that?
Let's go this way.
Oh, don't kill us.
We're not going to. I was watching the whole entire time. Just the semi I was so close to it that it was blocking my obstructed
Maybe this
view.
is why people don't do podcasts in the car.
You think so? I wonder.
What? So, next question.
Sure.
According to Rotten Tomatoes, because this was a little bit debatable, but I was trying
Sure.
Okay. Sure. Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides is the most expensive movie ever made. What was the film's budget, according, again, to Rotten Tomatoes?
Okay.
A, $380 million.
Okay.
B, $500 million. C, $403 million. Or D, $620 million.
That's I'm tied between 500 and 403 because I don't know. I'm gonna go with 500, even though that seems like a little much. Yeah.
That is wrong.
600?
No, it's 403. But you want to know something? It made $1.1 billion at the box office.
That doesn't surprise
Do
me.
people still care about those movies?
What is the first X-rated movie to win Best Picture?
Oh, okay.
A, Midnight Cowboy. B, Pink Flamingos. C, Schindler's List. Or D, Moonlight.
What?
The first X-rated movie to win Best Picture.
Schindler's List.
Schindler's List, is that your final answer?
I don't know the other ones.
Midnight Cowboy, Schindler's List, Pink Flamingos, or Moonlight?
Wait, maybe, I don't know what Midnight Cowboy is, but that sounds really familiar. I'm gonna say that one.
Midnight Cowboy?
Yeah.
I think John Voight's in that movie, I think.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it.
You are correct.
Oh, because you could change it.
Yeah, I don't remember what made it rated X. I don't remember really, but I remember I watched it and I liked it. I was like, that's a pretty good movie.
Weird.
I don't know.
Last question.
Sure. Shoot.
How many women have been awarded the Best Director Oscar? A, 1. B, 0. C, 3. Or D, 5.
You know,
awarded the Best Director.
no, I know. See, the thing is, I can only think of one right now. I want to say it's only one. And it was Catherine or Kathleen Bigelow or something. Caitlin Bigelow, who did The Hurt Locker. I want to say it was her, but there's also a movie back in the 70s that I want to say also did, but I just can't think of a third one. So I'm gonna go with one. Go with one.
All right. 1 is correct.
Nice.
You are correct. Catherine Bigelow
Catherine Bigelow.
from The Hurt Locker is the only one to have won, and I believe when I was looking up, I think it said 3. Only 3 women have been nominated.
Yeah, because I think it's the movie in the 70s that won.
Crazy.
Well, and I think if they're counting Lady Bird, she's nominated this year. I
don't know if it was.
I have money
but-
down on her. I have money
Okay.
down on her winning. This celebrity wanted to play Spider-Man so desperately that they attempted to purchase Marvel to gain its rights. A, Marlon Brando. B, Elon Musk.
Oh my gosh.
C, Michael Jackson. D, Kevin Smith.
What? Spider-Man?
Spider-Man. You know, Spider-Man.
No, I'm fully aware, yes.
I won.
Thank you.
The Spider-Man.
I got it.
He's got really sticky hands.
He's got sticky hands. Are you kidding me?
He's got little things, like the furry
Webs.
things. The
Webs.
furry things on his where he's
They
like.
come out of his wrists, don't they?
No, but he also has those little like
Oh, the spider
little
leg
hooks,
things.
little hooks on his fingers. I don't know. That's from
gosh.
from a movie.
I am going to say Marlon Brando because I feel like the rest of that is just totally ridiculous.
Marlon Brando. Is that your final answer?
I guess.
Marlon Brando would be incorrect.
Oh God.
Marlon Brando would never learn the lines for Spider-Man, let alone any of that stuff. I don't think Marlon Brando ever wanted to really play anyone. He just was Marlon Brando. The actual answer is Michael Jackson.
What?
Michael Jackson wanted to...
my lead, I guess Elon Musk was a little bit
I thought Kevin Smith, because I was like, if you can imagine Kevin Smith trying to, get that body into that tight suit, oh my goodness, that would be
that was my second. That was my second
That would be
choice,
hilarious.
Kevin Smith, actually.
Really?
Only because it's so ridiculous, but I would feel like it'd be like a parody, but it would never be done, because Marvel wants it to be like a serious superhero movie. So it would never be like a parody, like satirical, superhero
But
movie.
also, Kevin Smith is totally the type of guy that would be like, I want to see this person play it, not me. I want to see this person as Spider-Man.
Yeah, but don't you think it'd still be a comedic thing, or no?
Oh, he definitely inject a lot of that in there, because I think generally Spider-Man is kind of a funny guy, which is weird because he's kind of like, he's a nerd. He's really athletic after he gets his powers, but he's also funny and sarcastic and has a girl problem where he's like, oh my goodness, all the girls love me. It's like, who are you? And why are you're not even remotely relatable.
Not gonna lie, when you first read Kevin Smith, I was literally thinking Kevin James.
Dude, that would be better. Kevin James playing Spider-Man, I want to see that so bad. Speaking of people we want to see play Spider-Man, Val Kilmer, that'd be cool. I want to see Val Kilmer.
No thanks. You won, so what was it, 3-1? I did horrible.
Well, it was 1-1. You won the last one, I won this one. So.
Okay, yeah. Still.
Technically, it's fair. You just had a bad outing today, that's all.
Bad outing. We should, there should be a consequence to losing or something. Or, you should win something.
I always feel like I deserve a reward.
Let us know if there's something that trivia should end in. Consequence for the loser, or some type of prize for the winner.
That sounds good.
There needs to be something.
It does.
I need to be a little bit more. I gotta have a reason to win.
Yeah.
I gotta have my competitive edge come out in trivia.
As far as social media for this podcast, I don't really know. I'm not really. I think that's the last of my worries. Are you gonna set up a subreddit? Are you gonna set up a Facebook? I don't know. I don't think so. I'm just gonna we're gonna post it to our personal pages for a while until we build up a YouTube community. I don't know. That's
even a thing. I love how you say until we do this. People might not want to listen to this at all.
I think there's at least 8 people out there in the world that would want to subscribe and listen.
People.
There's got to be 8. 8 people that are oh, this stupid idea about driving while podcasting? All isn't that, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe.
All that background noise and the swerving and the hitting of the potholes, that sounds like my cup of tea. I should have asked her for it to go. Thirsty.
There's water.
I know. Man, so that's gonna wrap it up for this podcast here in a little bit. I think this possibly could be our longest ever so far.
Yeah.
I'll have to remind myself to upload this one way before I want to actually publish it. Yeah, 7 days before. Exactly. That is going to do it for podcast number 5. Number 5 is complete. I think we had a lot of really good conversations today. We got a lot of things done. Talked about Kim Kardashian some more. That's good. Make sure she'll just be the running trend on my.
No.
I just feel like it'd just be a really good idea.
Oh God.
Let's finally sign out of podcast number 5. What do you say?